Hey guys, Sean with Custom Offsets, and it is American Truxx Week. A pretty new wheel company came out of nowhere, coming out with some extremely different designs, not following the trend, not copying everybody else. You'll see that each one of the American Truxx designs has quite a bit of difference to it as far as the typical, and they're doing their own thing. So every single day this week, we're gonna bring you a different American Truxx wheel design. We're gonna get into details of the finish. We're gonna show you some of the actual different cutouts, etches, raised spots, lower spots, whether they got the rivets on the lip, whether they've got the clean lip idea. And we're gonna bring you all the different sizes, all the different price points, tell you everything you've ever wanted to know about some of the hottest American Truxx wheels on the market. Let's go. Hey guys, here we go with day 2 of American Truxx Week, and it's gonna be the American Truxx DNA. The DNA that I've got sitting here is gonna be the 22 by 12 wide. They're only gonna bring this thing in 3 sizes. So you got the 22 by 12, which I have here, 22 by 12. Then you're gonna have the 24 by 14 and the 26 by 14. So it's all about those really big wheels when it comes to the DNA. They focused on all those really, really large sizes. So the 22 by 12 out in front of the spoke, you're gonna get about a 6.5 inch lip. Between the spokes, you're at about 7 1/4. So that's really good for a 6 inch wide. You can tell they focused on that big lip wheel look. And then they've got all the spokes kind of tipping back, and that's how they're creating that. So you'll see this is definitely I would call it a mesh style wheel because it's got so many spokes. I wouldn't really, count the spokes, call it a spoke wheel. It's gonna be more of this, split design, mesh design going all the way around. And then as far as the finish, this one is a matte black. It's a satin black. So it's, just shy of being a complete matte black. It's got that little bit of sheen to it. And then it's got the dimples all the way around in the lip. And then they've milled inside every one of the spokes and then kind of shaved the edges off it like a 45 inside of these larger spokes. So they've got a ton of milling on this one. And then the other finish that they'll have is similar, but it's gonna be a gloss black. And then they're gonna machine every one of the face of every one of these large spokes with the window cutout in it, and every one of those will be machined. So it'll give it a lot more of that chrome look to it because of all of that exposed machining, which is then clear coated. You can run it year round. So as far as the pricing is pretty aggressive on this. It's about a little over 1,300 bucks. It looked like for 4 of them in the 22 by 12, which is very competitive. So I'd put them right there in the medium range as far as pricing. But the other option they're gonna come out with for finish, bounce around on Bruno, this will make it fun for you to edit. And for the third finish, they're gonna come through and they're gonna do brush. And this is a new finish. So it's on pre-order right now. I have not seen the wheel yet, but I think this is gonna become one of the hot new things that's gonna happen. They literally are taking that raw aluminum, they're going through and they're brushing it, giving it a little bit of character, and then they're clear coating the entire thing. So you get the chrome-ish look, you get a light colored wheel, but it's gonna have the clear coat on it so you can run it in the winters and stuff like that. It's also gonna be way easier to maintain because you're just gonna use your typical painted wheel kit. You're gonna treat it just like it's got paint because of that clear coat. So you go through and you basically wax that wheel up, and it's gonna continue to have that same shine to it, but it's not ever gonna get you the mirror reflection of a chrome wheel, but it's always gonna give you the feel and look of a polished wheel. So that's gonna be the third color option that they're coming out with shortly. It looks like almost all, if not all, the American Truxx wheels are gonna be exposed lug nuts, so you'll be able to run the spikes inside of there. It's gonna be another tall cap so that spike lug nut actually falls short of getting to the end of the cap by these bumps. It's pretty much flush with between the bumps. Definitely something you can run the spikes with. I'm sure they did that because it's a big lip wheel in big sizes, open lug nut, kind of the mesh design. They're really coming after that big lifted truck market, which is so hot right now. So that is the American Truxx DNA, and I have a feeling that's where it's headed. Peace.